Uh, all right, guys. Sorry, let me fix this thing real quick. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Yeah, let me fix this real quick. Yes. Thanks everyone. Thanks for coming. Uh, I'm out here today you know for another special edition today. Okay. Um. So let me say, well, today we're gonna be speaking on issues, okay? Um, and the issues we're gonna be speaking on is specifically couple of panelists on the Spoon Network, Spoon TV Live. There's a couple of panelists that I'm gonna be speaking or reacting to their video today, or to their whatever conversation they had today on the Spoon TV. That's what we're gonna be talking about. But I want all of you guys to understand that after she said what she had to say and she left. But I'm gonna play a portion of the video where the wife of Mr. Anwar, the late Mr. Anwar, came in on the Spoon TV. We're gonna listen to her conversation, and after we listen to her conversation, we're gonna dive into the actual show, which I'm gonna be speaking on a couple of issues. Okay, and I'm encouraging everyone to please share my live. Okay, please share my live. Um, Look, it's not easy to do what we do, but we gotta do it, y'all. So the best you guys can do for us is share the live. Okay. Um, it really doesn't matter, but it will be a great help if you guys share the live. Okay. So I'm just sharing the show, guys. So anyway, you guys know what we normally do on this show. We like to, start off with music, and before we get into our conversation today. So yes, so today we're starting off with Obadiah Topa today. Okay. So we're starting off with Obadiah Topa. This is called Put Liberia First. Put Liberia First by the Nima County Victory Man, Obi Topa. And that's how we're gonna start the show today. Put Liberia First. And ladies and gentlemen, if you like the music you're gonna listen to, please don't hesitate. Jump on Facebook to Obi Music, Obi Topa. You can get it. And also on Nima, Studio Nima. So you can go on there and get the music. All right. So yeah, Put Liberia First. Yeah, hold on, guys. Hold on. I'm kind of hearing myself. I don't want that. Let me fix this thing real quick. Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of hearing myself. Yeah, I didn't like that. Yeah. Nah. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Paula Biro first. Okay. So that is coming from Obadiah Tokwa, the Nema County veteran. You can also find this song if you like the music that I just played. If you like it, you can also find this on the OB Music on YouTube as well. All you gotta do just go to OB Tokwa. It has to be in cap though, like it has to be capital letter. So that's OBE Tokpah, Tokpah on YouTube, and the Nima veteran man is gonna pop up. and you can scroll down and see all of his beautiful song that this guy have put out, entertaining Liberia, and also pushing the culture of Liberia to the world. Okay, put Liberia first, no matter where you are, in position, opposition, soccer player, musician, entertainer, wherever you are. Make sure Liberia come first, because Liberia is the common denominator that we have, and we can never be deported from Liberia. So no matter where we go in the world, one day we're gonna be deported, or one day we're gonna have issues, and we're gonna all return to Liberia, because Liberia is our home. So we put Liberia first. Now, that is the reason why we haven't show like this, because Liberia comes first over politics. No matter what we do, President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, she's gone. President George Manuel Weah, he's gone. Now we have President Jose Yuma Boakai. His time is gonna be over. All of these people gonna go. At the end of the day, Liberia is gonna stay, and we are gonna be there to witness that. So if we don't put Liberia first, we are all doomed, and our children will be doomed. And if we don't do what we're doing now, our children are gonna ask us, or they're gonna judge us, or they're gonna hate us for that. Because we are gonna leave a country of mess for our children, and we don't want that. So that's the reason why we go on live and we try to speak to the Liberian people. Now, it's very easy. Some of us will be saying the truth. Some people might be saying lies. But as a human, you gotta know who to follow. And I'm encouraging all of you guys. Be a free thinker. Don't allow people to think for you. There's a lot going on in the political landscape right now in Liberia and in and out of Liberia. There's a lot of propagandists out there, okay? And they're spreading lies. So be careful who you follow now. Okay, be careful who you follow. Some of them might say the truth, but like they say, the truth hurt. But it's better to say the truth, let it hurt. Okay, um, and get over it than to lie to you. In the end, you're gonna regret it. So, guys, please share my show. Please share my life with everybody in every group you're in. It's very important. Now, in saying that, in saying that, let's keep listening to the music for another few minutes, and we'll get into our show. Okay, guys, let's keep listening. Yeah. Share the show, guys. Please share the show with your friends. It is very important that we share the life. Okay, guys, and listen, man. Look, if you want to come on, let me know. I'll send you the link and you can come on. Because I'm not streaming directly from Facebook. So yeah, you can't just join the live unless I send you the link because I'm streaming from a professional setting, guys. So I'm not just streaming directly on Facebook. Okay. So yeah, it is why it is, y'all. But yo, listen, everybody, welcome to another edition today. But today we're gonna be doing something different, even though I haven't done this before, but I am gonna do it today, right? So anyway, so the music I just played, Put Liberia First, that's the music right there. The music was done by the Nima Veteran Obadiah Tokba, and you can find that right on YouTube, right? Right on YouTube, Spotify, Boomplay, Audio Mac. It's just everywhere. Wherever, every streaming platforms, you can find this music right there. Put Liberia first. Like I said, Liberia come first. No matter what we do, no matter the politics, no matter the differences that we have, at the end of the day, Liberia is the only country that we can never be deported from. Listen, at the end of the day, we're gonna do all these politics, but if there's no Liberia, what's the point of politics? So whatever we do, when we run our politics, when we run all these fabricated stories, when we run all these, do all this propaganda and everything, Liberia come first. We gotta think, about Liberia. We gotta put the interest of Liberia first. It's very important that we do that. All right. In saying that, guys. So I don't know how many of you people that follow the Spoon Network. I'm pretty sure nearly half of Liberians follow the Spoon TV. I know there's another show out there called the Class Reloaded, aka Cash Reloaded, with all this bunch of government official, which of course I've never seen before. I know there are senators or ministers, and they have their own platforms where they go and associate with with their constituents, their followers, and stuff like that. But I ain't never seen where a government official, open up a platform and they all gather on the same platforms. Taking the job of how you call it, of the journalists. Okay, now that's a government that we have. Our government want to be everybody. They want to do everything. Our government want to be all. They want to be jack of all trade, right? Yeah, it is why it is. So there's another class reloader out there, aka cash reloader guy. I'm pretty sure most of you follow because I see a lot of people doing comparison between the spoon and the cash reloader, and people be talking about the view and all that. It is why it is, y'all. But listen, I watched the spoon show today, right? And they were on the topic of the deceased, Mr. Anwar, if I'm not saying it right, Mr. Anwar or Mr. Anwar, something like that, or Mr. Anwar or Mr. Anwar. And it was a very interesting show. I didn't start it from the start, but I started exactly where I needed to start the show from. But let me put the voice of the wife of the deceased. Let me play the lady. The information that she shared with the Spoon Network today. Um, Now this is very interesting, guys. So let's listen to the lady, and I want to speak on few things after she's done speaking. When the panelists come in, I want to speak on few things. Okay. Um, And I want to talk what I just want to speak on the panelists, what they said. So let's listen to this lady. Okay, this is a Spoon Network right here. You guys know the Spoon Network did everything they could to bring this government to power. And now I see that the propagandist machine is turning, he's turning to something else now, and he start to expose the truth of this government. But I'll talk about that when after this lady, yeah. So let's listen to her very keenly, guys. It's very important because this has to do with, it's very important. It could happen to any one of us, or very important. Let's listen to this lady, guys.
Thank you very much, Madam Josephine. And we know you stay here. And did you go to Liberia since?
No, I was here and we're just communicating while here. That's it. I haven't been there. Exactly.
Can we talk to your daughter, Madam Mofi?
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Madam Josephine. This Madam Mofi is the wife of the late Mr. Futu. Welcome to the show, Mofi. How you doing? Hello? Mofi?
Hello.
Yeah, how you doing, Mofi? Have my sympathy again. Let me say that publicly to you and the family. Welcome to the show. You're alive.
Thank you. I'm Muslim here, Muslim Flutlo, the wife to the late Arnold Flutlo. Oh my God. So yeah, on that day, December 30th, around the afternoon hour, I didn't go to work that day.
Look, let me say something before this lady talk, guys. I know she's gonna take her time to explain. This is her side of the story that people don't know about. Now, for those of you who are watching me, you probably seen this on the Spoon Network. But if you haven't listened to this on the Spoon Network, then you have the opportunity, or you get a chance now to listen to it on my show. Please just listen very keenly to this lady, and then we're gonna jump into the panelists and what the panelists are gonna be saying about the situation after this, right? So please, I'm begging everybody, okay? I'm pleading with all of you to please listen to this lady very keenly, guys. Please, it's very important. This is very important.
I was home all day, and the maintenance guy from where we were staying came to call me, and then my nurse went in my room saying, "Oh, Muslim, this person is here to you." So when I went there, and then he said, "Muslim, I received a call from the office saying that Mr. Anwar is not well." So hurried up, put clothes on me, and then we went to where he went. So when I got in the car, so I asked him, I said, "Where is he?" And then he said, "But I don't know where is he right now. Let me call the bossman so that I can call the person." The person said they were to the diabetic clinic on the 20th Street. So when on the 20th Street, he was lying down there. He there was nothing administrated to him, like no drugs, nothing. He was just lying down there. So then I asked, I said, "What's going on with him?" And then they said it's like he took something in. I'm like, "Something like what? Is there a way that you can help him, flush whatever that in his system?" They said whatever, they don't have the drip to flush whatever that is in his system, so we should rush him to JFK. At that time, his bosses were on the scene with the well. So when I got that, I took him from that clinic and then took him to JFK. When I went at JFK, they put him in the emergency ward and they administered the drip on him. At that time, he was still unresponsive. He wasn't responding. But after some minutes, let's say to an hour, he started being responsive, like lifting up his head and turning around, trying to look at his surrounding. But he didn't say a word. He couldn't speak because, whatever his tongue melt. So he couldn't speak. And in that moment, I called my mother. When I called my mother, I was trying to explain to her, and then the people in the hospital said I should move on the call. I can't be on the call while there.
So, for those of you who are just joining us and don't understand what's going on, this is the wife of the deceased, Mr. Anwar. Okay, this is the man that they said he commit suicide. So this is the hot side of the story. What she know about the death of her husband. So guys, please listen very keenly. After that, we'll jump into the panelist, please. Just
So
a
then I
minute.
later on put the phone off. When I put the phone off, there was a police guy. Okay, before then, the driver from the hotel came to give me his phone, his two phone. So they gave me his two phone, and I had his phone in my hand. And then after that, there are some police people that came in, started asking questions. Like, I don't know how it happened. I just got, and what the thing is said, the maintenance guy from the compound just came to tell me, oh, your husband sick, so you need to go to the hospital, and that was that. So I don't know what he took. So, and then after that, the police guy started taking pictures of him. I think he was the first person that took the picture, and that picture, when they started posting around on social media, I remember it was from the police guy. So after that, Arnold started coming through, because when they administered the drip on him, he started coming through. They took him for the emergency when they carried him to the open ward where the other people nowhere. So when he came through, he sat down. He couldn't talk, but he was making movement and showing signs to the bathroom. He kept pointing his hand to the bathroom, I'm like, what happened? He always thought that he wanted to go and use the restroom. The people, the nicest to us, that he can't stand up because his blood pressure is high. And I'm movement right now, so he should release and stay on the bed. So I told him, I said, since you pointing your hand to the bathroom, it's like maybe you want to use yourself, so we'll put the pampers on you because he can't make any movement right now. We put the pampers on him. There was no pee, there was no poop. So I started questioning myself in my head, like, what is he trying to say? But it didn't really come to my mind to give him my phone to type on what he want to say or exactly what he want to do. But he was acting like he was trying to say something to the bathroom, like he just kept pointing at the bathroom. After that, when we put the papers on him, there was nothing. He just lay back, but he couldn't talk. But he could lay down, he could sit up. Someone saw he was okay. I'm like, okay, let me go home, rest myself, and then come back. Then I left my older brother there with him. When I left my older brother there with him, I went home. After an hour, or less than an hour, my brother called me. He called me, he said, Anwar is complaining on his stomach, but the nurses told me to go and do an X-ray. They directed me to the X-ray room. By looking for the X-ray room, I can't find the X-ray room. At that time, he had left Anwar alone. So he came back, and his nurses over him trying to, I don't know what was going on with him. But that was in that moment, he said, Anwar died. So I wanted to go to the hospital, but then friends and family were telling me, don't go, stay home. You don't need to go there. And I'm like, no, I want to go. But they didn't allow me to go to the hospital when he first died, when he just died. So that night, when I seen when I seen I was just there, and then people were coming around to sympathize. And the phone that I had in my hand, it was requested, and I gave the phone back. So that same night, they took the phone from me, and that was that. Until the Justin Ministry said that they wanted to do an autopsy because there were news going around, so they needed to do the autopsy. I'm like, okay, fine, you people can do the autopsy, but this means a Muslim, and he needs to be buried. So that will have carry on the autopsy, and now they respect stuff.
So Moses, again, I know this is hard for you, but telling this story is important. Where are those phones? Who took the phone from you? Were you able to open the phone? Can you talk to us on the phone issue? How many phones did it take away from you?
So there were two phones. It was his boss that took the phone away. His boss took the phone. That same night I gave the phone to him. And that was that. I didn't receive the phone back until I think it was February or March.
Yeah, guys, I just really hope you guys are following this. Okay, it's very important because this has to do with somebody's life. Okay, this is a wife of a person that they claim to have taken his own life. So she's narrating the story of how things happen from where it happened to JFK Hospital. So this is very important that we listen because there is an autopsy report out there and it's very contradicting, So that's why the lady is on Spoon tonight. Last night she came on Spoon to narrate her part of the story. Now she's speaking now that the husband is already dead, but the boss of the husband where he worked from the Boulevard Palette, he came and requested for the two mobile phone that she had for her husband, and they took the mobile phone away. But let's catch up with this real quick, guys. Let's do it. I don't want to forward. I want you guys to understand everything she's saying, but I'm not going to forward. Let's listen very keenly. It's not too long now.
That's when I received the phone back after the night he died. That was on December 30th. And I received the phone back. I think it was March ending or February ending. I received the phone back.
So they took away the phone December. They gave it to you in March, 3 months after. Were you able to open the phone? Did the phone come back with the SIM card? Can you talk to us on that, please?
No, there's no SIM card in the phone, and the phone is still locked. There's no SIM card in the phone.
Did they give you the phone without the SIM card?
Yeah, there's no SIM card in the phone.
But when you had the phone, prior to them taking the phone from you, when you had the phone, it was ringing, right?
Yeah, it was ringing. I had calls coming in. People were calling, and I was trying to answer, but I couldn't answer everybody. So it was that same night the boss man came and he asked for the phone. And then I just handed the phone over to him. Both phones, I just handed it over to him.
Did you ask him why the SIM card is not in the phone?
No, I did not ask. I did not ask why the SIM card was in the phone, but I wanted to have access to the phone. And then I asked when they took the phone if they were able to have access to the phone. He said yes, they were able to have access to the phone, but somebody in the hotel saw him opening the phone before, and that had him remember the password to open his phone. So then I asked him, I said, okay, can you call the password to me so I can open the phone? He called the password, but then I tried putting the password in, it's still not going through. It's a part. I tried putting it, not going through. I'm still not having access to it.
Have you received the autopsy report? Have you received the police investigation report?
No.
You have not received any report from the government?
No, I haven't.
As of today, we have the report. You have not received it yet?
No, I have to receive the report. The only thing that I have received is a friend who forwarded the autopsy results to me from social media because I'm not even on Facebook right now.
Are you surprised with the autopsy result?
Yeah, because my husband wouldn't take his life. I knew Anwar was somebody who was even afraid of sickness. When Anwar is hurting, he worry, he stress. He doesn't even like sickness. Now to talk about he taking his life is concerning. Is something that myself I keep asking myself, why did it happen? Like, why would he take his life? Why?
When you saw the body, when you went to St. Moses prior to the autopsy and you saw the body, can you describe the body to us, if you don't mind?
So I can describe the bodies that even when they went to JFK, so he had some of his clothes torn from on him. Like clothes was torn up, and then
Really interesting about it.
had some blood on his side. Then the liquid that was like that I don't know that were on him, they spray on his chest and his mouth, and then he had bruises on his side. That was even when we were at the hospital and when we went to see Moses.
So real quick, we know we beg you for a few minutes, so I will not keep you too long. Let me ask you a quick question, seriously. Where did you first meet Mr. Footlow when they informed you that he took something? Which hospital?
Fertility clinic on 20th Street. Yes.
And
That was where I first met him.
who took him to JFK Hospital?
I took him to JFK Hospital because he was there to that clinic and they couldn't do anything for him. He was just lying down there helplessly, not even moving. He was just there. So when the woman saw me, that I asked question, I said, what's going on? What happened? Why you guys not doing anything to help him? They said the drip that they would use to help flush whatever that in his system, they don't have it, so we should rush into JFK. That was how I told the driver and the people that are working to the hotel there, most especially the red hand car. And so I said, going in the car, and see if I go in the car, and that was how we took into JFK.
Who told you that it was a suicide? Did anybody tell you that?
So the news came in as from 9th Street, where they said they saw him. There was a fence on 9th Street that they said he went to. And that fence, when he came out, out of the fence, is about in the fence, the house are in the fence, they said the security guard are there. They said usually he goes there to visit a friend. I'm sorry, please hold on, mention one time.
That's all right, man. That's okay.
So he came from the bathroom in that house, and then the security said they saw him. He just came outside saying that he took poison, he took custody. That was what the security said. He told him, like Anwar told the security that he took custody. And that was how he hurriedly brought Anwar outside and then rushed to go call the police people right to 9th Street Junction there, to where they have election commission. So when he called the police people from there, the police people came, and that's how they recognized him, and then they called his boss. And then his boss came. When your boss came, I had to took him from 9th Street and carry him to the clinic on 20th Street. It was from there now the security explained to them, and then that was how the workers also explained to me, saying that was what happened. Because I was happy.
Did the police talk to you? Did the police ask you a question?
No, the only time I saw police was when we went to St. Moses. I was in a room, and then they said I was going to ask questions, but since then nobody came to me to ask me questions.
Do you think the police asked the Hotel Africa owner question? I mean, sorry, the Boulevard Palace Hotel. Do you think they asked the owner question? Have you spoken to the owner?
Yes. They asked him questions. They asked the security that said Arnold told him that he took custody. They asked him questions, but I wasn't there. It took them for some hours. They were there. I didn't know. Said the question there, and after let him go.
Have you spoken with the owner of Boulevard Palace since?
Since I left the house, no, I haven't.
Are you still in the house?
No, I'm not in the house anymore. I left the house. Sorry. I left the house
All
February.
right. Let me
And not to talk about the kids though, but you have a you and
let me come to you, Obi. Let me come to you. Let me see if you understand what's going on. Obi, are you there? Unmute yourself.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. So
Yeah.
do you know, do you understand what's going on? Yeah.
I don't know. I just hear someone commit suicide and clarifying that the man did not commit suicide. I don't
Okay.
know who is that.
All right, let me bring you to book. So this is a thing that is going on in Liberia right now, is that this guy, the lady that is talking,
I'm guessing, yeah.
so the lady that is talking, she is the husband of the late Mr. Arnold. Okay.
Mm.
Mr. Arnold, for some reason, you know, the justice minister said he commits suicide.
Okay.
But through the autopsy, the people say he died of unnatural death. So the death is not natural death. So the death is unnatural. It means that either he commits suicide or somebody murdered him. So that's the wife of the deceased. So that's she explaining her part of the story and what she understand of the death of Mr. Arnold. Now,
Okay.
but from everything she explained and the report of the autopsy is quite different. You know, her
Wow.
side of the story, how she narrated the story, you know, she being the first eye on ground, seeing her husband, taking her husband to JFK hospital and everything. Her whatever the story she's giving us now is quite different from the actual report from the justice minister.
Wow.
She appeared on the Spoon Network yesterday, and she, you know, she had an interview with the panelists on Spoon. But
Mm.
the interview caught my attention. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing today.
Mm.
I just want people to listen because few people might have missed the interview on the Spoon Network,
Mm.
but probably some of them might not miss mine. So that's why I'm replaying what she's doing or what she's explaining. But the
Mm-hmm.
main part of the show is on the panelists, how the panelists
Okay.
respond is where we're
Yeah.
going to actually have a say.
Yeah.
So do you want me to finish it or you want me to skip
No,
and
okay.
jump in?
Okay, yeah, keep going.
Yeah, she almost done. She almost there.
Mm-hmm.
She'll be, yeah,
and
she's
Mr.
almost
Faulkner
there.
have a child, right?
Yes, we have a son.
How is he doing?
He's trying. He's trying.
We are too sorry. We are too sorry to hear. The nation is listening to you. Melvin, I will talk to you. This is so hard. I cannot continue any further question. I want to say thanks to you and your Mom Josephine. I will call her thereafter. You have my number. Let's keep in touch. Thanks to your entire family. Sorry your dad couldn't be on. Uh, but thank you very much for joining us tonight, Melvin. Thanks a lot.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
All right.
All right. This is from the West. This is from the mother-in-law. That's your story, firsthand. Emmanuel, where are we?
Stanton, after listening to the wife, again, yesterday we were talking about the police investigation, right? After listening to the wife, I have several questions, and perhaps Councilor Bala will enlighten us on that. First, who gave the police the authority to use a password in the phone of the deceased without the approval of his wife?
So are you catching up with me, Rabbi?
Yeah, I get you.
All right. So what happened is that the police, the people took the lady phone. And
Mm-hmm.
when they take the phone from the lady, the two phone belong to her husband. And when they took the
Oh.
phone, the phone spent 3 months with them.
The police.
Yes. When they returned the phone back to her,
Mm.
the phone was locked and the
Oh.
SIM card to the phone was gone. She couldn't get in the phone. She can't access the phone because they locked it and the SIM card was gone. So does that sound suspicious to you?
Of course, yes.
All right. Let me just listen to this guy a little bit. You'll get a clear understanding because you came the show already on, so you didn't get the whole story. But listen to Spoon a little bit, yeah.
When the phone was returned to her, why is it that it passed what it used to open the phone is no longer working? See, these are the things that spoils investigation, I believe. I'm not a lawyer. Councilor Bada will enlighten me on that. But it's the question that's popping in my head right now. Who gave the permission? And the work phone, the two phones, were they work phones or were they his personal phones? If they were work phone, I can understand the organization needing access to his information. But did the police get approval to get access to that information? If it's his personal phone, why would they be getting the phone from his wife? We're all invited.
But if you listen, let me correct you before you proceed.
Yeah.
The phone was collected by the owner of Boulevard Palace, not the Liberian National Police.
Yeah, but she said that it was given to the police, and she was told, if I'm getting her right, she was told.
The phone was given to the owner of Boulevard Palace, and he kept the phone, and he told her, there's a gentleman at work that used to work with Mr. Futu, and the gentleman saw him put it in his password and remember Mr. Futu's password. And that's how they went into his phone when she asked for the password. But they returned the phone to her with no SIM card. So there's so many, and thank God that nothing came on the web. But I leave the phone basically. Now we know it's not the Liberian National Police that collected the phone. That's Boulevard Palace owner took the phone. And we'll put his picture up. Do you have any other thing I haven't heard from her?
Yeah, I mean, that was a line of my concern. The second thing is that maybe we didn't get it earlier on, was thinking the fact that he was standing up, because when the report seems like he was incapacitated and he had to be rushed to the hospital. But from the wife, it's like he walked himself down and reported to this security officer that took him to Fidelity before going to JFK, and that also speaks to our level of first responders. That's a conversation we may need to have another time, because it appears, I'm not a doctor, it appears that our life could have been saved if we had a prompt first responder team.
If you listen to her, you might.
So, Obi.
Yeah.
So this is a sad part of this story here. According to the first response, which was a police officer from the narrative. This, according to the police officer, Mr. Anwar went and take custody. He drank custody.
Why?
Now, first of all, Mr. Anwar left home happily. There's no problem with him. He haven't been having like some sort of distress or anything like that. He been a normal man, like he always been, going to work, coming home, and everything. But on this day, he went to work and decided to go and buy custard and drink it. Now, after drinking the custard, he came back down. After drinking the custard, he came down and allowed the police officer and said to the police officer, "Oh, I drank custard, I'm dying, right?" And then the police officer called police. I don't know, that story doesn't even line up. Call police. But they took the man to Fatality Hospital. According to the wife, when they gave her a ring and she went to the hospital, only to find out that you're sleeping, Ravi.
I get
Only to
you.
yeah, only to find out that her husband was lying on bed with no
Mm.
treatment, nothing,
Amen.
no medicines has been ministered to him. He just lying on bed. Somebody who drank poison that is dying. They took him to fertility hospital or clinic. He's lying
Mm.
on the bed with no attention.
Amen.
On the arrival of the lady, she saw her husband, and then she said, "Why is he lying down so helplessly? Why are you guys not helping him?" And the response she got from the nurses was that the injection we need to flush out his system, we don't
Mm.
have it.
Amen.
So you people have to take him to JFK. Can you imagine this story?
Wow.
Like there's no ambulance in the. Can you believe? Rabbi, come in because this is so like I don't know.
You know, like you see something. This kind of thing is so bad. It's bad to be happening in our country, in any part of the world for that matter. People come from their house, leaving their family behind to come and work, and then they can't go back to their family. It's so sad. It's bad. First of all, I want to say my condolences to the bereaved family and to the wife, the children, and the country of Liberia. But if anything people did to that man in secret is complete wickedness, because the way the story going, we're not really getting the inside of what really happened.
Mm.
The word just explained. I listened to the explanation, and all of people saying the police had the man's cell phone for I don't know 2 months and all kind of thing.
No, so the owner of Boulevard Pilot
Yeah,
requested the phone from the wife. So the
yeah,
wife handed the phone to Boulevard Pilot or the owner of Boulevard Pilot, and they
yeah.
had the phone for 3 months.
three
And then
months. Yeah,
on returning the phone back to the wife, the SIM card has been missing. No SIM card, and then the
yeah,
phone is locked. She cannot access the phone, no password to the phone, so she cannot
yeah.
enter. Yeah.
So it just sometimes it's just bad. Yeah, I don't know how can people do things like that to your fellow man. You just maybe try to kill him. And the toxic report where it says,
But Rabbi, forget about who trying to kill here and everything. Just speak of the clinic, fertility clinic.
first of
Imagine you
all,
going to Newcastle or you going to Mayfield or you in Midland right now. You go
mm,
to a local clinic in Midland. Okay, in an emergency, God forbid, somebody is dying. You take the person to a clinic in Midland, and then they accept the person and they drop the person on bed with no med or no treatment, no nothing. But instead of taking the person in an emergency in an ambulance to the main hospital, which is Newcastle Hospital, they
mm,
kept the person at Midland Clinic, and then until you went there now and saw your person lying down, and you tell the
yeah.
person like forget about who trying to kill him for it. Just speak on the health part of it, on the negligence of the clinic. This is very
Well,
important. Because
first
the
of
clinic,
all, Tonzi,
yeah,
the hospitals in Liberia, you know, when we say people say this and that. Majority there, in fact, let's say the hospital is not doing what it's supposed to do.
mm,
They learn the job and they forget to apply all the job says. They will carry you to hospital in abroad. The people see your critical condition, and then they tell you say the man can pay so thing we can put the man inside. So now they got to bribe your people got to bribe and think before they will put you inside, which is so wrong. Now why see people can die from simple thing over there. Even my late mother, what happened to her? She died from a minor or stroke. But the way it happened, if it were here, she's not gonna die because why? When the thing hit the woman first, it was a minor stroke, not something very heavy. They took her to the hospital. The man checked for the woman blood pressure. You see?
Mm.
Check the blood pressure. You see the pressure was going up and down. Certain time of go, it will settle. The blood pressure settle. Because it's true, when that thing hit you for the first time, it will cool down for like 2, 3, 4 hours. So in that period, the woman was all right. Someone thought everything. I even asked why they could change the hospital. The hospital said, the hospital, all right. So the second time the thing came, it came with real force. But then almost like the next day, and it finished the Oma. So you see, those data then are in our place, the majority, the only thing they can know as naked, they say, oh, the man get malaria, the man get typhoid. I know the two can put in a year, the check put can tell them, they will say the man get typhoid or the man get malaria. Then the next thing, if your situation worse, then you say, oh, the man got to pay again for it before we put him in the B.
Maybe
It's
you're
so
out.
bad.
Yeah.
It's so bad, don't you? Because one, people dying. I think it's supposed to be the hospital real priority to help that person that dying to survive. How you see you're not here, then working pump the person out of the man. So then when you occurs at hospital, when you occurs at clinic for, you ain't get then like that. That one need
But
to upgrade.
look, I want you to speak on the negligence. Okay, I want you to speak on the negligence of the hospital, because I mean of the clinic, because the very first response clinic, that clinic can be sued because it's due to that negligence that Mr. Arnold actually died.
It's
Now,
true.
when they took this person who's already dying, okay, he had injected himself with some sort of corrosive or substance, right?
Yeah.
And they rush him to a clinic that's supposed to save his life. But the clinic know very well that they cannot attend to this person. They don't have the upper hand to treat this person. But the clinic accept this person and they kept this person on the bed without
Mm.
administering any medicine, drip, or anything to help this person. Now, they couldn't do that, but they couldn't take this person, put them in the ambulance, and rush them to the main hospital, which is the JFK hospital. Are you with me?
How are you?
Which is a JFK hospital. They couldn't do that. And at the end of the day, the wife have to come to the clinic and take her husband, who is at the point of death, into a private car to JFK hospital.
Mm.
Is that not negligent on the part of this clinic?
It is. It is. They're supposed to refer the patient just in case the patient situation is worse to a better
First
hospital.
respond. First
Yeah.
respond. First
Yeah.
respond. That's
I mean,
negligent right there. So
yeah,
where is our country going? Where is
nowhere,
Liberia
nowhere,
heading?
Thompson. Nowhere. 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 Nobody care for people left. You
Huh?
talking about Nino that they can pump poison out of people. They're not in the clinic. Then you got a clinic. Then I clean it there. That Nino not there to pump the poison out of the person. You got that kind of excuse. Then they not get that kind of serene that can pump serene. How much for serene? The
For
whole clinic will not have.
even even if they don't have, that's okay. But why? Where's the ambulance? Why couldn't they rush the person? This is an emergency situation.
The
Somebody
people
is
get serene,
dying.
you talking
That
about
is an
ambulance?
emergency situation. Why they couldn't take the person to the main hospital, which is the GFK hospital, where they have all the necessary equipment to treat this person to save his life? Why they couldn't do that, and they kept this person in the hospital, in the clinic, on the bed until it was, I would say, it was too late for the wife to be able to take him to JFK. Now,
Yeah,
now you come in, then we'll move on.
yeah. So What I'm saying, the only thing we just need to pray to God that God will test the people that are involved, like that in the health sector, to make sure that the equipments are in place and the hospital is revamped. Because it will continue the way we're going. People will die for foodiness. Because things that happen, they're not even to kill a man. They can flush that thing on a man 8 hours up time, yeah. You know? But simple thing just good people. Simple thing because the negligence of the hospital. You see?
All right. Let's listen to General Gray, you know, the only general in the front line. Let's listen to General Gray here real quick. Okay, let's listen to General Gray here real quick. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's listen to General Gray real quick. Yeah.
It's unclear whether the police took the phone from the hotel manager. It's unclear whether they took the phone from the hotel manager. You cannot do an investigation and you don't have access to the phone or ask for the phone and get the permission to break into the phone. The same car got missing. The police didn't ask all those questions. But she said something important, very important. She said his shirt was torn off and there were bruises on his side. From the moment she met him up to the time she took him to JFK, his shirt was torn off and bruises were on his side. Did the police care to investigate why the bruises came on his side? Did the police care to investigate why his shirt was torn? They killed the man. I don't care how people feel about this. They killed him. They were who have been one of the best persons to have asked few questions. They lived together. How did he live that morning? Did they have confusion? Something happened? She knows her husband. People say she should not have given the phone. No, under that condition, sometimes you become confused. Everyone talking to you, different people just talking to the manager comes to you and say, just give me the phone. Maybe she didn't have white phone. If possible, the hotel will have assigned a phone to him. Okay. So the police is unclear to investigate a subject matter, and you do not invite the wife. You do not have a conversation with her. You say you will get to her, and on social media you will see investigation report about autopsy, and they say the family will conclude that will give it to the family, everything, all of those things, blah blah blah. Or they poke the man, they go and kill the man, they kill the man, and sometimes you struck a point for the security man to just come running outside. Oh, the man saying joint poison. Then credit card thingers who work in the security apparatus of this country, who said they went other country to take training, they believe one person. Just because one security man said the man took substance. The man who took substance came outside of the police man. He said, I take cost of soda. I take cost of soda. What kind of stupidity is that? The maximum stupidity. He just came outside. He won't kill himself.
Let me hold you. Let me hold you. I got a lot of things coming in here. We want to stay on this story for a little bit. It is so important that this is a breaking news. For the very first time, the wife of Mr. Futu, Anwar Futu, came out to say she's concerned. Her mother concerned. Her father concerned. Her brothers and every one of them, they are concerned. She said, if even a little headache, the man will be trembling. They got to give him medicine to take. But they didn't ask the family, any one of them. I think Gregory Coleman got an answer to this. Also, Twain got an answer to this. They arrived to a report from a hearsay. Because we cannot conclude it's from a hearsay.
That's not what, all right, let me skip to the part.
One security officer, except the government.
Well, thank you, CEO. Again, I think
to re-examine the body again. A lot of questions. Let me come to you, Kanye.
Yeah. All right. This is where I want to start from. Brother, stop. Wake up, wake up, wake up. You stay with me. Why are you sleeping? Stay with me. Stay with me. Now, this is where I want to start from. Okay. Now, Kano Baibala, the Kobo lawyer, the Bele drifting lawyer, centrism, the man that pronounced himself to be centric. He does not even know the meaning of centrism. He's about to speak. And then we'll go to Patrick, Vendetta Patrick, and then we'll go to Phoebe Henry. Phoebe Henry, where her grandpa were the people that destroyed Liberia. Her grandpa was another one of the person that destroyed our country. He's still Phoebe Henry, the grandson of Mr. Henry, still around speaking nonsense. We'll listen to them today, but let's listen to Kano Baibala. First of all, Bravi, unmute yourself. General Gray said that he accused the government because with the way investigation and things are going, with no proper understanding and how the police conduct the investigation, Colonel Gray hit the hammer on the nail. He said the government killed Mr. Arnold. What do you think about that statement? What do you say on that statement?
Well, General Gray, as a politician, he's there to do some propaganda too, and he has not. If you come in case like this to say somebody killed somebody, there must be proof, substantial proof. But with the way the hospital behave and the way the people in the clinic behave, that show very wrong thing. And when it reach to certain thing, the government will have to intervene. And if the government can't intervene, then of course we can say, well, under their regime, so things like this happen, and nobody will accounted for. No one will able to arrest them to bring them to book. But you can't say that the government kill the person. You can't say that because we don't really get it. Yeah.
Let's say this.
Mm.
You see, there's a reason I'm playing this show tonight. I normally have my show. I never play or I never react to any of those top shows. I just go direct with my show. But the reason I'm reacting to the Spoon TV tonight or this morning, depending where our viewers are, is because of what happened. You see, this is the same people that said that President Weah was killed in auditor in Liberia. Even though the American came with a report that showed clearly that these people died a natural death. The same people said Joshua killed 3 missing boys, a canoe that capsized, it turned around. Imagine normal death. It happened in Australia every day. People are dying. Just like in Kosovo, 18 years old boy just went on a holiday. He went to the water side, and the water carried him. Nobody is putting the blame on the government of Australia, saying he's the one sacrificed the boy. But this is a hypocrisy of this government. The supporter of this government. This is a hypocrisy. But I'm not going to talk about that with you because you are a musician. You are not a politician. But after you leave the show, that's where I want to hit. That's where my show is. My topic, that's where it is. The hypocrisy of this government. If you see what I have here, okay, let me take this down. You can see if hypocrisy needed a DNA sample, the Unity Party will be the perfect match. Stay tuned. Right? This is what I have on here. Now let's listen to the Kobo lawyer, Mr. Centrism, the Kobo lawyer. Let's listen to this. I want to. This is very important. Yeah, Mr. Kobo lawyer. Instead of attacking the issue, he's gonna attack General Gray. Let's go.
I've heard her. She's still speaking. a mother speaking, the family concerned. You read the report, Kanye, you listen to the wife, you listen to the mother-in-law. What say you, my brother?
Mhm.
Well, thank you, CEO.
Yeah, go
Again,
ahead.
I think let me premise my comments by again sending my heartfelt condolences to the wife of the deceased and to the mother and the family. They have a young son. I think it's a tough time for the family, and my heart goes out to them. I hope they can find closure during this very difficult time in their lives. That said, I think a lot can be said about the process. Again, I don't have all of the facts regarding the investigations and everything else that happened. And as you know me, Stanton, I like to play it safe and refrain from over inferring when I don't have
Mhm.
at least a substantial amount of the facts. But there's something that, General Gray just said, I think that we also should be very careful about. I know, Gray has made it his stated business on this platform to make the government
No,
unpopular as
listen.
a political
Hello.
actor. I can understand.
Look, listen, let me go to Vendetta Patrick, because this guy is not normal. This guy, he will leave the issue and attack the panelists. You know, that's why he's a Kobo lawyer. Let's go to Vendetta Patrick, because I want to react to Vendetta Patrick right here. Let's go to Vendetta Patrick.
The family has to answer, especially the wife.
Oh, the kid, man.
Let's
No,
listen.
even at generous level, this is so
Thank you
very
very
low.
much. Thank you,
Thank
Kayo.
you.
To each his own. I take a position that it's a questionable investigation.
Like, this guy's really trying, Ravi. Honestly, I know you're not into all these things, your politics and stuff that we do out here. But you see, in the whole political playing
Mhm.
field right now, there's too much hypocrisy, too many ballot-driven politicians or wannabe politicians in our country, and this is the
Mhm.
reason our country is not succeeding. Yeah.
Mhm.
Now let's listen to this guy here, because it's very important.
I tell you.
When you have not asked question for any of the family member, you went with a yes to ask one of the security guy and get information from him. That's what I would say, and I like what you're saying, Kanye. I think the government position should be much more clearer. Let me bring in from that up, Patrick. VP.
So, CEO, let me express my deepest condolences to the family. It's unfortunate that this incident occurred, but CEO, the family has to answer, especially the wife and the owner of Boulevard Palace. They need to be subjected to thorough investigation, very systemic one as well. From her narratives, she alleged that the security personnel was informed by her deceased husband that he drank something poisonous. The security ran on 9th Street to call the police that are often stationed there. The police came on the scene. She did not tell her what the police saw. She did not tell her why the police failed as first responder, why the police did not call 911 to take the husband to hospital. She herself took the husband to free diagnostic. The police reject. She prevent the police from taking the husband to free diagnostic before era she took the man. I'm curious to understand. I'm curious to understand why it was not the police, because it was an allegation they may drank something. The security guy were being apprehended by the police. The police were intervened. The police is on record. In incidences of that kind, they will call 911 because it becomes a state matter. The wife also narrated that she took possession of her deceased husband's phone, and people were calling. Who were those that were calling? Why were they calling? We don't know. Later on, she said,
Obadiah, are you listening?
Listening to you clear.
All right.
the owner of Boulevard Palace show up. Who called him? Why did he show up? When he showed up, he collected the phone from the lady. As a wife, was she not security sensitive to hand the phone over? The argument is that maybe like web phone. She's married to this man. She knows what belongs to this man. Personal phone can be different from web phone. Why did she voluntarily surrender the phone? I'm also here thinking, why would the owner of Boulevard Palace request, not showing remorse of conscience, to say, you know what, my staff is dying and XYZ. The only thing he sees to request,
you know,
is the phone.
to Vendetta Patre, yeah, he think he's saying something that he just talking plenty without saying anything. But sometimes I don't know if Vendetta Patre is even normal. Let me.
What was the intentionality behind that request? When life is at stake and someone is concerned about property, that is another issue. The wife said when the phone was taken from her, she made no request anytime, nothing at the time. It was returned to her and there was no SIM card. But most importantly, while this man was in the hospital, from the wife narrative, she was not there when the man passed. That means while he was undergoing treatment, she left to go home. As a wife, committed wife, why you left this man to go home when he was under such a crucial condition in the hospital? In most instances, wives will stay in the hospital to mar the patient because you are the most respected person under such a condition. Why did you leave to go home? I am concerned. And when the man died, according to her, people say, don't go to the hospital.
Let me come back to you, Obi. Stay with me. Stop. You sleeping on my show. Stay with me. Stop sleeping. Let me come back to you. Honestly, did you listen to VP? Did you listen to what this guy saying? So
I listen to him.
Yeah, come in because
you see like all those guys dancing. Sorry that a little bit late on this time, but all those guys, like I said to you, they used to kind of thing that happening, several things that are happening to preach politics or to show to people that they know how to speak English or all kind of thing. For them to attack the real cause of the problem, they'll be there using all kind of terminology and talking. So I for one I would say the government really need to step into the hospital thing and look for way and look for money so that we can develop our hospital system, the clinic system, so that it can be good
Ravi,
for
I'll let you
tomorrow.
go. You seem very tired. Let me let you go.
Yeah.
I'll
You
let
go,
you
man.
go. You seem very tired.
Yeah.
So, guys, sorry, Obi have to go. It's very late on this side. Okay, it's about 10:30 p.m. and that's quite late, you know. But listen, guys, for those of you who are listening to the panelists on the Spoon Network, and those are supposed to be the finest. Those are supposed to be the finest. Vendetta Patrick went to the University of Harvard. But this guy cannot even make sense when he's speaking. And sometimes it baffles me that people like Vendetta Patrick, every day this guy come on this show and he will spill nonsense. Every day. Because he's an unpaid agent. Now, Vendetta Patrick has left the main issue. The death of Mr. Anwar. He's not attacking the clinic of negligence. But he's attacking the wife. Why did the wife take her husband to JFK? Why did she not call the police? Can you imagine this guy? Somebody that was rushed to a clinic that's supposed to be a first response to take care of this person. That this is an emergency. A clinic that's supposed to take care of this person in this emergency situation. But this clinic neglected this person lying down on the bed. There's no medication administered to him, nothing at the kind. And the wife of this person who is dying came in a hurry, in a rush, and see her husband lying down helplessly on the bed. And she is concerned for her husband. And she asked the nurses, why is he lying down so helplessly? And why aren't you guys helping this guy? And the nurses' response to her was, I'm sorry, we cannot help because we do not have the drip that we're going to use to flush the poison out of his system. What nonsense is this? What nonsense is this? A hospital, a clinic, a first response clinic they neglected this person. And Vendetta Patrick is sitting down with his beard like goat beard and talking nonsense with his mouth and saying that, why did a woman take her husband to the hospital? Why didn't she call the police? Are you freaking killing me? It has to be a joke. Now he's talking about why the lady, oh man, those are people that, and they have followers. Vendetta Patrick have followers. Those are people who are destroying our country. Because when you have people like Vendetta Patrick sitting there on the platform, on national TV, or on radio, and speaking nonsense like this, other dumb Liberians who don't understand will look at that and say, oh, Vendetta Patrick is making sense. But he's not making no sense. He's speaking nonsense. Somebody, husband is dying. She came and see her husband lying down helplessly. Meanwhile, these two people, they have a child. She is fear for the life of her husband. Take her husband in a private car to JFK Hospital. And you come and question the lady, why didn't she call the police? Why did she take her husband to the hospital? Now, are you accusing this woman for killing her husband? Is that why you're trying to do Vendetta Patrick? What logic is that? What sensible person like would say such a nonsense sitting on the platform thinking that he's speaking facts? This is the point Liberia has gotten now. This is the place where Liberia is now. Where a clinic would not. Man, this is so sad, to be honest. A clinic that's supposed to save lives will see a person dying. Somebody took in a poison. It's killing them. They came to the hospital or they came to your clinic and you neglect this person lying down on the bed with no attention. And the time is running. The time is running out. This person is dying slowly. And Vendetta Patrick sit on Spoon TV and say, why did the lady took her husband to JFK? Why didn't she call the police? This guy is a joke. But guys, let's listen to this. Let's continue listening because I want to get to Fubi and Conor Gray. Like, if you can see, look at the gesture on Conor Gray. He's embarrassed. He's embarrassed of what or Vendetta Patrick saying. It's an embarrassment. And I listened to someone saying that Nathaniel McGill should resign and he and Vendetta Patrick to rerun. And Vendetta Patrick is going to beat Nathaniel McGill. Imagine Vendetta Patrick becoming a senator or a representative. This is the kind of nonsense he's going to be speaking in the House. This guy can, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed of this guy. Listen, look at Stan.
Wow, who are those that were telling you not to go to the hospital? And as a wife, committed wife, your husband died. and other people told you not to go and you did not go there, well, CEO,
Thank you.
Elite
I'm not,
Wilson, thanks for coming.
let me conclude on this. I'm not a security expert. The Liberian National Police must open a fire.
Even Fubi,
The
even
owner of
Fubi
Bolivar
Henry is
Palace
laughing.
and the wife.
Look, guys, this guy's a joke. Even Fubi Henry is laughing. Look at everybody buying their hair because Vendetta Patrick is embarrassing the station. Vendetta Patrick is embarrassing his fellow panelists on this show by speaking nonsense out of his mouth. Everything he said is garbage. There's no sense in everything he's saying. Absolutely nonsense.
Should be subjected to intensive investigation.
Thank
Very
you.
intensive.
Okay, Vendetta, thank you very much. Fubi, you listen to the wife, and this is hard. More information coming through. We're so glad that the mother-in-law spoke and the wife came on for the very first time. It's a breaking news. They are concerned. Liberians are concerned. We do not have 911 phone call system in Liberia, but it's not only the rescue government is concerning. Should we talk to me?
Yeah. So firstly, there is something that we do. We listen to people and we misquote them right after listening to them. Vendela, you misquoted a woman on some points. She didn't say she took the body to field diagnostic. The man body was taken to Fidelity, and she went and she met the body to Fidelity. She didn't say field diagnostic. So it was the police and the security guard that firstly took a body from 9th Street to Fidelity on 20th Street.
Thank you, Fubi.
So when she went to Fidelity and people couldn't do anything to resuscitate the body, that's how they recommended that you take him to JFK. So that's how she got the guide and her boss and the guy boss to one of her friends to move the body from Fidelity on 20th Street to JFK. So let's clear that first part off. But you raised some good points about asking some critical questions. And all I can say in this matter, firstly, she was not on the scene when the issue happened. So the police can answer a question are fair, but persons of interest for immediate investigation will be the security guard that saw the guy go into the fence with a Habel supermarket plastic bag. And they also followed through. They didn't just leave it at that. They followed up to Habel supermarket, and they also verified and authenticated that he actually went there and bought those items. So it's in the report that he actually went to Habel and bought those items, and the security saw him with a plastic bag from Habel supermarket with the items in it, and he shouted for rescue, and later on they rushed him.
So, guys, you see, I really don't understand why people claim to be educated. Like, sometimes people mix education with common sense. Now, Fubi is claiming that the police is the first response. Yes, he's supposed to be investigated. But Fubi is claiming that the wife of the deceased, shouldn't be investigated or asked questions. This is her husband. This is somebody that lived with her. She knows the in and out of her husband. How's he feeling? If he's feeling down, if he's having issue, he must have spoken to her about something that is bothering him. But none of the police did not do their investigation. Now, Fubi is saying that because the deceased, Mr. Anwar, went to Habel supermarket and bought some custard, it means that he bought them to use it on himself. Are you telling me that you can go in the shop and buy rat poison? Buying rat poison and bringing it, does that mean you're going to take the rat poison? Is that what it means? Now, what Fubi is claiming right now, Fubi is trying to say that because Mr. Anwar went and bought a poison, it means that he used the poison on himself. So which means if you go in a supermarket and you get a rat poison or you get some sort of detergent for cleaning and stuff like that, toilet, bathroom, and buy the bleach, it means that you go and use that bleach for yourself. Just because they see you buying a bleach, it means if something goes wrong, it means that, yeah, you kill yourself. Some of these people that sit down on national TV and speak to our Liberian people are confusing the brain of the Liberian people. Most of these guys, they shouldn't even be close to what they call national TV, sitting on a platform and confusing the brain. This is the reason Fubi and Vendetta Patrick, they've been running for election. They can never win because nobody's going to entrust these people and put them in power and make them representative. Because at the end of the day, they're going to be just like the rest of the representatives that we get in the house, just stealing the Liberian people money with no sense, that sensible thing coming out of their mouth. Fubi and Vendetta Patrick, they are a perfect example of what we have in the house right now. The 103 lawmakers we get, they are all nonsense, including Fubi and Vendetta Patrick, if they was to be elected. No different. They are not special. Now listen.
And so those are points. And she confirmed some of the stuff that was narrated in the report without her being investigated. And so sometimes things might happen and it might appear to be difficult to believe. But the fact that we were not on the scene and somebody on the scene and gave that narration, and the guy that it happened to couldn't speak even when he tried to pull through, and he couldn't speak, and later on he died. We just have to take the narration from the security. And with that list, there was some other follow-up to confirm some of the things that I said. They passed it back from Hypocrisy supermarket. Hypocrisy supermarket confirmed that, and that Mr. Fuller bought those items from them himself, and not somebody else that bought it for him. He went there and bought it himself. So probably there were CCTV camera that, but if that was verified, fair.
You are blaming other people, but you're saying probably. When you explain the issue as you have read it.
Imagine
if you say probably.
So Fubi does not understand the meaning of probably. And B, if you speaking and you say probably, it means you are not sure of what you're saying. So you are just or you're just exaggerating, or you're just guessing. You're not sure. So you cannot be speaking on facts. You cannot be speaking on real thing that and say probably. Okay, what is probably? If you want to say Mr. Anwar went to Habel supermarket and purchased a rat poison and took it home, he was caught on CCTV or CC camera, right? Okay, be sure of what you're saying. Don't say that on national TV and say probably. That's not what people are gonna take. People are listening to you because they want to gain some information. You're sitting there because you are knowledgeable of information, so that you can pass those information to the followers, the audience who are watching you. So how could you sit on TV and speak of things you are not even sure of and keep using the word probably? You know? So let's listen. I think Stanton's gonna call him to book. Let's listen. I know Stanton will do that.
Oh, yeah. Listen, Fubi. You always say probably. You are insinuating and ingesting.
Everybody can say probably, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Let's explain it as it is. But when you say probably, you add it onto what it's not written or what she didn't say. But I'm just saying, just go ahead.
The one last one I wanted to also put in, wanted to confirm actually whether she is actually the legitimate wife. And because a lot of people can co-partner, can co-share for some time and assume that I'm their wife or husband. Did she actually legally get married to him? That's a question I also need to verify.
Oh my God. You see? Fubi Henry. Does it really matter if this lady is legally married to the deceased? Does it matter? If they were dating, have you heard of something they call nest of kin? Have you heard of something like that? a nest of kin. It's the immediate response. If anything happens, you are the first, you are the point of contact. No matter what happened, you are the one the police or whoever investigative team is going to be dealing with. They're not going to be dealing with anybody else. They're going to be dealing with you because you are the next of kin to this person. So it doesn't matter if the lady is legally married to the deceased. It does not matter. What matters here is that a man died. He died due to the negligence or Fidel Clinic and JFK. So that's the issue here. A man died. Somebody lose their life. This person lose their life, and they have a wife and a kid and a child. This child is fatherless now. This wife, she's a widow now. And in a report, the autopsy report, it said it very clearly. She is the wife of the deceased. Like Phoebe Henry did not read the autopsy. He come here and say, "Oh, we need to establish if this lady is a legal wife to the deceased." Now, even if she's not a legal wife to the deceased, and something happened, these people live together. They live together. They have child together. And she was a person that was called to go to the hospital. So what do you think would be the reason to call this lady if she had no relationship with this person? Like, I don't understand how people like put things together. There's no, that common sense is not so common in the Liberian setting because people are actually becoming dumb nowadays for, I don't know why. But let's listen to Phoebe here. Let's listen to Phoebe guy.
Probably that would be some of the reasons why they didn't take a photo. And you know, so as one thing was also
issue for me, you will say probably continuously. The police should come up with their own investigation report and will quiet down all of this problem. That's not my business to answer if you had a legitimate wife. If we got a legitimate wife out there, let them count too. But the police have never said anything. They have not said anything. Well, they spoke to the legitimate wife of the wife that says she is. I believe she is. She is the wife. She got a son. If anybody else up there is not my business to ask. But a question for the police: what and where is your report? For the Justice Ministry, where are the reports? Not the history that Benedict Cooley, the pathologist, included in his report. We want your full report. Will they concede the report like they did at St. George? Can anybody agree? Can anybody ask? Will they cover up the report? I mean, this is a government that President Barker said open all the unsolved mystery, all the court case, Phoebe, the 3 missing balls, the auditor death here and there. Open it. We said waiting. Gregor Coma said 3 missing balls, they close the case. The president and the Justice Minister said no, we'll open it. Auditor death, they said they will investigate. It gone 2 years now, we still moving, no investigation. Now, this is a court case to me. This man death. If we have another government that is not Unity Party government, they will investigate this thing because a lot of unanswered question, a lot. But let me go to my brother T. Wanokai. Wanokai, talk to us, my friend.
Thank you, Stan. My dear friend from many, many years ago, Councilor Kanyo Bala, it's a pleasure being on here with you. I agree with many of the points that you made. You are the legal man here tonight. You said that it was a part of a standard investigation process for the police to access the telephone. I agree with that. Of the first point that I wrote down, and I'm glad that you made that point as the lawyer on here. I don't think there's a problem whether the phone belongs to the hotel or whether it belonged to the victim himself. I think it was a standard practice for the police to try while looking for answers to access that phone. And the wife did not say whether the phone belonged to her husband or belonged to management. She said management asked for it. the owner of the company asked her, maybe she was just, but she did not say clearly. Or that's not the point. Whoever the phone belonged to, I think it was fair practice for the police to request it. It is very unfortunate that the Ministry of Justice and the Liberian National Police have not given any further update or communicated with the wife. Since I know Phoebe said we don't know whether that's the legal wife, we will assume that's the legal wife because she says she's the legal wife, unless we have other reasons to consider. But for the Ministry of Justice and the police to not communicate with her, and even the management of the hotel to not communicate with her, I think that raises further questions. The family, she didn't say if they requested a report and the police refused. I think that just for due diligence, if they have a lawyer in a case like this, the family should have a lawyer. Even if they don't have a lawyer, they should have a family representative who will request the police investigation or report in detail. Now, if that is denied, then additional questions can come about, and then we can add to the full question that Vendetta asked. Why did they deny the family the report? She did not say that the report was denied to them, so we will assume that it is still possible for the family to answer the report. Now, let's get to tonight. I plan not to say anything about General Gray, but it's just so unfortunate that as a part of a political actor or as a part of a political institution,
No, I don't want
that
to.
you think that a show like this to come on here and be so cavalier.
I don't want to listen to these guys. Okay. Now, you see, this is the thing. And the reason I decided to react to this video today, okay, normally I will have my show. I won't be bothered reacting to people's videos and all that. But today, it caught my attention. I watched the show and I was so pissed. I was so mad at some of these guys on here. I was so mad. And that's why I decided to have this show. Many of you in Liberia know that during the CDC regime, there was no normal death in Liberia. Ordinary person couldn't even die. If somebody died, it goes to Judge Manawia. They say, Judge, you have killed this person. The auditor that was killed, even though there was the proper investigation done, an autopsy was done, the Americans stepped in just to bring the Liberian people, to calm the Liberian people down. It was done professionally by people outside of Liberia. But up to now, those guys sitting on the Spoon Network, they still put the blame on President Weah. They say President Weah killed those auditors. The 3 missing boys, somebody's on a canoe, like in the canoe, and it capsized. People drown. They die. How? You see, this is the hypocrisy. Okay, let me show you something right here, right? This is a hypocrisy. And this is what I said. This is a hypocrisy that we're dealing with. If hypocrisy needed a DNA sample, the Unity Party will be a perfect match. Because the Unity Party ran with all the death that happened in Liberia, and they said it was the CDC government that killed these people. Even Gloria Musu Scott or Shala Musu Scott, it was done by the same doctor, Benedict Cooley. And he said there was no male DNA sample found on that lady. But up to now, the Unity Party monthly banks are still out there saying that it was Jefferson Koji that killed that girl. To the point that the Unity Party came to power and they released Gloria Musu Scott. And since they released the lady, there hasn't been any investigation. We haven't heard anything about what is going on with the case of Shalom Mususka. You see, this is a hypocrisy. Now, when it comes to the Unity Party government, every death is natural. People now killing themselves. I remember when the army guy shot himself 6 times. It happened in President Weah government. They said that the person shot himself, I think, 3 or 4 times. But in the Unity Party government, it happened. He shot himself 6 times. That I don't understand the level of hypocrisy. You see, this is what I said. Liberians have natural hate for President Weah. The level of hate that Liberians have for this man, all because of the Unity Party and their cheap propaganda. Every story was fabricated against this innocent soul, against the CDC government. Every story, Stanton criminal Waterspoon was set on his platform with Conor Gray. All these people who are sitting there today, that lady that looked like Avi and the chipmunk, Glendy will be there. And all of them went together and they put our story together. They fabricated lies and they spread the lies to the Liberian people. And you see, I keep telling Liberians, do not let people to think for you. You got to think for yourself. At the end of the day, people going to deceive you. People going to lie to you. This is the issue we're having now. This could be any of your family member. It could be anyone, any of the audience. It could be anyone in Liberia. And this story could turn around. And you will be saying the same thing we're saying. But if it's not in your shoes, everything is politics. But when it happened to you, then you see the reality. Then you understand what we've been saying. The hypocrisy of the Unity Party is actually showing its true color. People like Kanyo Baibala, a Kobo lawyer, a Bellet drafting guy. People like Vandela Patricks, a pay agent. Somebody who claims to be so educated, so intellectual. At the end of the day, they cannot even come up with something sensible, something logical to say on somebody who lost their husband. A case that was not properly investigated. How can they investigate this lady and come to a conclusion and not even asking the wife a single question? Not any of the family member. None of these people were questioned. The only question, the first response, which was the police guy, the police officer, that claimed Mr. Anwar came from inside after taking in the poison that he told. He came from inside and started shouting, "Oh, I'm dying, help me, help me." And he called the police and they rushed him to Fidel Clinic. While he was there, they couldn't attend to him because it's Liberia. If you don't pay, they don't attend to you. But they kept this individual, somebody that is dying, that their system is being eaten by whatever substance that's in their body. Something very corrosive is in their body. But at the end of the day, they allow this person, they accept them, and they place them on an empty bag. There's no medication, there's no attention. He's just lying there. He's struggling. He's at the point of death. The wife came and saw her husband so sadly, so helplessly. And she asked, why is he not being treated? Only thing they could say to her, we do not have the drip, the injection that is going to flush the system. So you got to take him to JFK in a private car. Where is the ambulance? Why they couldn't take this person to ambulance? This is an emergency situation. Are you saying that Liberia does not value life? Is this what we're saying? Now, if this was in Australia, right? I don't want to say let me just leave it because that's a different story. But Liberia in 2025, Liberians don't value life. Doctors and nurses were trained to save life, but they cannot save life. But they rather see somebody struggling on their dying bed, and they think it's fun. And I think they enjoy, they take pleasure seeing somebody struggling for life and dying. I think this is how Liberians, this is the point Liberians have gotten to now. There's no human sympathy. Nobody has compassion in Liberia nowadays. Everybody now has turned into a politician. There's no independent in the country. This is a sad moment for our country. This is a sad moment for our country. And I pray that it shouldn't happen to any of your family members. Because most of you who are encouraging and praising such nonsense, I pray that the boat should not turn around. We're talking about somebody losing their life. This person is leaving a child behind. He's leaving a wife. Who's going to cater to that child? He's not going to see his son grow. This is sad. But listen, because I want to react to Conan Gray. Because this guy, this muppet, this puppet, Conan Gray, I want to listen to him. I didn't finish the show, so I didn't listen to him. But I want to listen to him now, so we can all listen how Conan Gray is gonna respond. I'm gonna skip let's go. Sorry, guys. Look, I don't want to hold you guys for way too long. Let's go.
Every time you accusation of national government.
But thank God you unspoon.
Those are non-data. The substance that incapacitated him. I'm going to go by.
Great, let's hear you now.
All right. Liberians. Guys, those of you who are watching me, and I appreciate all of you guys for watching me, please share the show, okay? Please like as well, because I'm gonna say one like on the show. There's 6 people or 7, 8 people, 9 people, 10 people watching me, right? But I only see one like. Like, how you come on somebody's show and you don't even hit the like button? You're not even paying for it. It's free. It's so sad, man. Liberians don't encourage each other. I don't know, for some reason. Encourage me, support me. I'm not asking you to give me money. No, I don't need your money. Just hit the like button. Hit it. That's all I need. Like the show. Share the show with other people. I'm not asking for your money. No. So come on, guys. Share the show and like the show. It's very simple. All right. Let's go. Let's listen to Conan Gray. This guy was once a corner in Liberia, and he is attached to the Lutheran Church massacre. This guy, he was in the army at the time. I'm not saying he killed people, but I'm saying he was in the army at the time when the Lutheran Church massacre took place. Conan Gray. Now listen to this guy. He is a regime supporter. He's a supporter of the Unity Party, and he has always been. And he's a hypocrite. Now listen to him. Matter of fact, this guy hates George Weah so much to the point that he will go on his page and just be writing nonsense. He want to see George Weah fail. Whoever liked the show, thank you for liking the show. Thank you very much. That's all it takes. Just hit the like button. It's not gonna pay me anything. Okay. I do the show. I'm not getting paid for this show. We're still trying for our bigger platform to come up. But so far, this is what I have to deal with. And you guys, if you enjoy, please just like the show. Don't pay me money. I don't need your money. Okay? I mean, how much you gonna give me anyway? So let's listen to this guy, please, guys.
Now you have heard from the wife.
It's gonna be interesting.
Stanton, I listened to the wife, and she made some staggering comments, and that tells me the man was still alive and communicable to some extent when she met him. I'm not going to start from where he allegedly, drank the the substance that incapacitated him. I'm going to go by what she encountered. And firstly, I have no way of making justification. You see, those of us who have done research, you deal with the data. You don't deal with that which does not exist. So people emotion, people suspicion, those are non-data. Clearly, the man allegedly drank poison that he procured from a supermarket,
Yep, that's a
probably
good
in
word.
Habel. Is that true? It was verified by investigators to be true. That is one data. Another data, it was taken to the hospital. And then the wife said there were visible bruises. But that was countered.
All right, that's it.
By the examination.
I like where this guy is
If you go
coming,
to
guy.
the part where it says
I like where Colonel Gray is coming. I like the fact that Colonel Gray is coming there. I was going to talk about it, but he's coming there. Let's listen to him very closely. From the narrative of what the wife said to the panelists, when Stanton asked, "Can you describe the body of your husband?" she said, "Yes. Even before we took him to JFK Hospital, his shirt was torn. He had bruises on his side. But in the autopsy report, nothing of that in the report." But that's a very good pick. I like that one. Let's listen. Okay, that's a good pick.
external injury on the report. It said no external injuries or mark of violence were seen or is seen. So I rely on that data because it was done by an expert. I'm not going to go make up something that does not exist. And then you go back where it says gastrointestinal system. That is the main internal system. The report clearly shows that there was some substance that appeared even under the abdomen, and it was hardened. Can somebody do that? Firstly, when government commission an investigation like this, they are liberty to share it. They may choose not to. If the family, as brutal as this may sound, if the family has any other reasonable suspicion, they can commission their own autopsy. Government will not stop you from doing that. But it was the veiled wife who said, this man is a Muslim. We have to respect his religion because he has to be buried. At least no more than.
Thanks Helena for sharing the show. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, let's listen. Let's finish this off.
One day, she said it. Go back and look. And the fact that she's pushing them towards burying the man early, if I was an investigator, I would start thinking otherwise. Well, probably she cherished the man's religion, and who wouldn't? She's been with the guy for some time, and that's one of his toughest spots. Maybe believe that when I die, bury me the same day or the next day at most. So that kills the ability to go and further do your own research as regarding the findings of the professional. Why am I going to belabor myself and start thinking like I'm a lunatic, like I'm not educated, and start finding?
So if I'm hearing clearly what Colonel L. Raymond Gray is saying, somebody who once served Liberia in the army, he's saying if a police do an investigation, they don't need to tell the family. They don't need to give report of that investigation to the family. The family have to request for it. That doesn't make sense. How will the family know what happened if the police do that investigation and don't share the conclusion of that investigation to with the family? How does that make sense? Honestly, let me listen. Let's finish it.
Different way to say this should have been done. They killed the man.
Thank you very much, Craig.
This guy was not killed.
You see, he just concluded right there. He said this guy was not killed with so much authority. Can you imagine the audacity? Can you imagine? Can you look at this guy? Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Let me put it. Can you imagine? Look at Ed Redmond Gray. Look at his face. He's like an opossum sitting in a hole, too scared to come out because there's somebody putting or somebody with a bag at the hole is gonna get captured. Look at Conor Gray. That's what he looks like, right? He looks like an opossum. Okay, so Conor Gray is saying with so much authority that the guy was not killed. Now, when General Akara Moses Gray said that the government killed this person, everybody went at him and beat on him. Up to now, Conor Gray just repeated the same thing. The same thing that General Gray said. But they beat at him for saying that, the government killed the person with so much authority. Now Conor Gray is claiming that he's claiming that the person was not killed. Somebody did not kill the person with so much authority. Is that not hypocrisy? It is not what we call a hypocrite. These guys, but guys, listen, if you're from the Unity Party, you're watching, thank you for watching. But we're going to listen to the response from the general. Yes, let's listen, guys. This is very important. But listen, it's very important that we have look, too much hate. Liberia, I don't know if this is something new that is happening. Liberians don't embrace each other nowadays. Politics in our country has split us into pieces. Now we are being divided into certain categories, certain groups. Instead of all of us being a Liberian, it don't matter who you are, what you eat, what you wear. We're all Liberians. We're from the same soil. That's the only common denominator that we have that we can never be deported from. But at the end of the day, Liberians does not love each other. The hate that we have for each other, we are so hateful towards each other because of politics. We are being divided because of politics, because we want favor, we want attention, we want relevancy. We are being divided. Come on, $2,000 a month. We are being divided. Politics is killing our nation. Politics is killing our people. But let's go ahead, guys. We're gonna finish very soon. Let's go ahead and listen to these guys. Okay, just the response from General Gray, and we're gonna cut the show. We're gonna call it a night or a day, depending where you are. But let's listen. Please like the show, guys. Please, I'm begging. Like, come on, why do I have to keep begging? Thank you, Helena, for sharing. Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Well, that's good. Let me ask you a question, Gray.
Yes.
And I like when you started your own conversation here. You said that, we should go back to what the report says, and we should listen to the wife. That's just unique. So because the doctor said no external injuries, you believe him because he's a doctor, he's a pathologist. But the wife says she saw bruises on him. We shouldn't believe her.
Nope.
Number one. Number two, you are saying that she said he's a Muslim, so therefore they needed to bury him the next day. Is that what she said tonight?
Yeah, she said that.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So because she said that, did they bury him the next day?
I don't know.
So while you speak,
so you say you did research. I just
you did your research.
No, I said I look at the report. I look at the report. That's my.
My thing is that great. And listen, I respect everybody's opinion on the show. Right?
I will answer it when you're done.
Excuse me.
You asked me a question about believability.
No, I was just saying that in passing, like I did my brother T. Thank you very much. When we come back on the second round, then maybe you will just speak further. Guys, Liberians, home and abroad, they heard the West. We're going to do our closing round on this, and the people will decide. Fubi, we have auditor dying. We said this yesterday in the country.
Thank you.
We had Gifty Lama. We have the other
guys,
gentleman.
you see, like, I ain't gonna lie, right? This is what I like. This is the part I like. This is where Stanton become neutral. This is where Stanton is balanced. So I like that. No, I don't like the guy. No, I'm not gonna lie. I don't like Stanton because he put so much lie together that destroyed the CDC. Because the CDC did not have a good propagandist, or the CDC couldn't disseminate information to the Liberian people. So whatever this guy said was power, because he owned one of the bigger platforms in the country. So media is powerful. So I don't like this guy. I don't hate him. I don't like him. But sometimes he does say something that makes sense. I like the fact that sometimes he will go on the other side, but he will always come in the middle. Let's listen to what Stanton Witherspoon said. Now he's going to remind all of the buffoons. He's going to remind them. When I mean all of this buffoon, I'm not talking about General Gray, because General Gray is a general. Yeah. But the rest of them, they are all buffoons. Kobo lawyer, Fubi Henry, his grandpa was another shit person in the house, in the Capitol building, Vendetta Patrick, I don't know, a pay agent, Conor Gray, another lost soul, you know. But let's listen to Stanton Witherspoon here, guy. And so we'll go.
Man,
we're running out of time.
We have Bati Yenswa. We have these people that died mysteriously. Somebody was driving, they bumped their head, they had an accident, somebody fell from the second floor of the
Joshua.
Funny yama death. Yama death. The way in which the government carry on investigation, you would never come to any understanding. Because you know why? Probably it's true that government has stuff, the bury stuff. But amongst it all, why would they take the same card from those phones? 2 phones.
Guys, please listen very keenly, because there's some logic coming out now. All of these buffoons that spoke, all of them, General Gray and Emmanuel, the ANC guy, Conor Gray, Fubi Henry, or Vendetta Patrick, and the Kobo lawyer, Kanyo Bagbala. They all speak out nonsense. But let's listen to some logic. And then you, the people who are watching me, from the audio, you're gonna, get something out of the whole story. And at least you're gonna go home and think about it. How did this happen? Why did it happen this way? So then listen to Stanton Witherspoon, and then we'll listen to General Gray. And then we're gonna cut the show at night after that. Then listen to this too.
Let's just pull it, and they gave her back the phone. So no, it's not a company phone because they gave her back the phone. What is on the phone? What is on the SIM card that they are hiding? They can't open the phone. This is an unsolved mystery. It is.
Yep.
I hope they can have their own private investigator. This family cannot trust the government.
But remember, guys, Joshua did. I remember certain time in Liberia, there was people just dying. I think the country was at the blank of, I think the spirit of death was visiting Liberia at the point, certain time. And early death, Even somebody have heart attack and died. He said, Joshua, take the person kidney. He used it. If somebody moving in the stomach, their toes, and they fall down, hit their head on the rock, and they died, they say, oh, Joshua killed this person. He took their heart, he sold it. He used it for a ritual. At the end of the day, what happened? All this funny death. What happened? And now it has reached into the turn of the unity party, and people are trying to put away. People are trying to justify somebody dying. Why would they take the phone from the anyway, let Stanton to speak that out. Let Stanton say it. Let me leave it.
Government report, to me, it's a useless report. I'm sorry, folks. It's questionable. Have you guys seen the investigative report? Not the history that was included in this pathology report. They said nothing to the wife, to the family, nothing, zero.
Absolutely nothing.
Something in the same car. Now the man had died. The person that took out the same car, the Justice Ministry, Gregory Coleman, should go after the owner of Boulevard Palace and ask him for the same car. Whether he gave it to the government should give back the same car. The Liberian people deserve to know what is on that same car. We can place it back on the body. We can say, yeah, the man, the security camera, anyone say, I saw the man with black plastic bag. Then somebody want to fire Haber supermarket. Yeah, we saw the man, he bought it one. Do you know how many times I went to the store to buy chemical? He's the manager, Gray, for Boulevard Palace. They go and buy chemical for the hotel. That's the job. You know whether he needed one bottle of chlorine or substance to go clean somewhere? I mean, guys, to me, the government owed the nation, especially the family, a full-fledged investigative report. Where is it? Oh yeah, the man came here, he bought 2 cups of caustic soda, then he left. Okay.
Oh, God.
I gave you that on CC camera. But as the same Haber House supermarket, is that your first time going there to buy caustic soda? Great. Since he took over as manager, have you ever bought caustic soda from the supermarket? Let's go around to all the supermarkets in the country. Come on, guys. It's an embarrassment.
It is.
This is Joseph Yima Baka Unity Party Unsolved Mystery. This is it. They owe it to the Liberian people to be fair, transparent. They do.
100%.
I don't care what they want to say.
100%.
And I agree with you, Fubi. The government should be a responsible government. Let me say this. We hold George Banner, we are responsible when he said the people are doing girlfriend and boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
We're on the show laughing.
Yep.
And we beat on George Manaware.
Yep. Accusing the innocent man.
Died because of the report. We ran with it. Let's be fair. The same pathologists that did the autopsy, Emmanuel, and the same men are doing the same today. Oh, you're importing the report. You're importing the report. They put on the report. The Unity Party said we agree. Emmanuel. They put Batty answer report up. Fumi saying he agreed. They put Gefty Lama and Abba Peter report up. Fumi saying he agreed.
But when it comes to the case, Fumi agreed. Conor Gray agreed. Kanil Bala, the Kobo lawyer, he agreed. Vandana Patrick, the pay agent, the double standard man, he agreed. Come on, man. You guys are nothing but a joke.
But I didn't want Fumi agree on. I mean, to be frank, though, that's mean. Conor Gray would never agree with those reports. The conversation was CDC killed those people.
That's right.
The 3 missing boss, we agree. Joey needed a kid. But today, we must agree to the other report. Why SIM card gone? SIM card gone too. Check on.
This is a hypocrisy that I was talking about. You see, that's why I'm allowing Stanton to speak it out to you guys. This is a hypocrisy that this government is full. Like, look, if hypocrisy, okay, if hypocrisy need a DNA, if hypocrisy needed a DNA sample, the Unity Party be a perfect match. Because the Unity Party is a disgrace. All the regime supporter, all of those people who are crossing over, at the end of the day, me as a sedition, a Boniface sedition, a blue blood in me running through my vein, I am more happy to see all those people who are crossing over, because those who are crossing over was never with us. Let them go. At the end of the day, they're gonna come back. And then we'll see. We'll look in their faces and tell them, no, you left and you must go back to where you're coming from. People like Kanye Bala, a Kobo lawyer, somebody that was the spokesperson for presidential election 2023, that said a whole lot of nasty stuff about Joseph Human Boakai, questioning Joseph Human Boakai whole existence in politics, asking also to take hard questions. For Kanye Bala to turn himself to a centric, he calls himself centrism. He doesn't even understand the meaning. A centrism is a middle person who balances the equation, but he does not understand that. He took himself and went and endorsed President Yuma Boakai, which means he gave his full support to President Boakai. Kanye had never beat on this government when they do wrong thing. I'm not saying be negative. No, I'm not saying beat on the government destructively. I'm trying to say if the government do wrong, beat on them, but be constructive about it. You can render your advice solution. But at the end of the day, if the government do something that's not right for the Liberian people or that's not down with the Liberian people, you gotta call them to book. You cannot say, oh, everything the government doing is good, is good, is good. This is a disappointment. But God, let me skip this thing, man. I want to get it. Look, it's almost 12 a.m. Yeah. I want to get to General Gray response. Let me listen to General Gray response. And that will be the last segment for the show. Then we're out, guys. Please. And please bear with me, those of you who are listening. I really appreciate all of you guys. Let me just skip it through real fast so that we can get this thing done with. Okay. I've been here now for 2 hours, 20 minutes. So let's get General Grace part of this thing and then we'll call it a night.
Let's hear you. Then we'll move to the other. And thank God you are watching, by the way.
Yeah, stand on.
I like this guy. Very interesting.
When a group of people think that it's supposed to kind of praising an administration.
Thanks for following Henry King.
And we're supposed to cheer and clap along with it.
You're welcome to the show, brother.
These are anti-democrats.
That's it.
Supporting totalitarianism.
That's it. Totalitarian. This is the word Alvin and the Chipmunk lady, Glendy cannot even pronounce. Alvin and the Chipmunk. Glendy couldn't pronounce this word. Look at Kanye. Look at Kanye's face. Look at this guy's face. This guy look nothing like, he's just like a Muppet. Look at it. He's like some of those cartoons in the KTV show.
The police or the autopsy or whatsoever said no external injury. If you're a good investigator and the woman brought to the attention, and probably if she were an investigator or just ask, should I explain? His shirt, according to her, his shirt was torn off. Bruises on his side. People say we should believe the police report and don't listen to her. It doesn't matter. What matters is what the investigation. But they did not ask for any question. What kind of maximum stupidity is that? That you go investigate the subject matter and you will not speak to the West, that the man live at that house, he and the woman or the children are in our house, or the people that live in our house? What was his situation, his condition, whether they had confusion that night or that morning? But yet come out report is disgraceful to come out of an autopsy report or the Justice Ministry issuing a press release or even a miniature of respect to the family to tell them, oh, get a report here. You all come to talk about it, they have a conversation with you before we publish it. You heard the lady say that somebody just forwarded to her from Facebook.
Very shameful.
What kind of rudeness is that? To question whether the woman is the legitimate wife. What kind of rudeness is that? Is that how you can defend your government? You don't even know her, but you come and say that question. Some of you people who talking, the Justice Minister and the police director said the boys who got joined in 2020, that natural cause, nothing happened. But you're still saying, Joe, we are told their kidney and ran with it. Where were you? You hypocrites. What did you say about them? Maximum hypocrisy.
Yeah.
You think the Liberian people stupid or they drinking water through their nose? People are listening to this platform. They believe in our scientific logic. You think they send out to school 8 hours school fee that some of you couldn't make 0 in class? They teach you how to help you to pass? What kind of rudeness is this?
I mean, let's go ahead. We hold you. We will call you to order.
Please, I beg you,
No. We'll call you to order. We will call you to order. We'll call you.
Yes. When the general speak, people shake. Look at Conor Gray. Look at him sitting there like a little child sitting in a corner. Yeah. He called himself Conor, but look at the general is talking and the corner is panicking. He's shaking. Come on, man. You want to compare yourself with Akara Moses Gray, somebody who been in the house, who's seen it all, and y'all want to sit there and compare yourself. Foolish men like Kanye Bala, Vendetta Patrick, Fubi Hendry, and T. I don't know. Look at this guy, man. Look, let's finish General Gray. I will let him finish this because once he finishes, the show is over, guys. So please enjoy yourself.
Get back on the subject.
Calling my name, you don't come to order, but wait.
No, I do. Get back on the subject, please.
Yeah, the subject matter is that those who are even questioning the woman's marital status should be ashamed of themselves.
That's Fubi.
I was clear that the guy was killed. I said the government killed him. If your ears were switched off, I didn't ask you for it to be switched off. It's not my responsibility if you have problem of such.
The generates in the house. The generates in the house. Yes, look at them. Look at them. Look at them. Like General Gray, God bless you, man. God bless you. Look, this is what we need. You see, when the forefront of the CDC start coming out, then we see, we the followers, we feel happy when we see our leader speaking. Somebody so bold, somebody who will speak the truth. That's what we want to see. Those people lies. They fabricated so much lies. They destroy a name of a good person. But when they say, when God bless you, nothing can curse it. This is what happened to Joshua. He still excelling so high in his life after all the lies, and he take power. Because you see, none of you understand the entire election commission did not pronounce Joseph Boakai a winner. No, they did not. It was President Boakai out of his goodwill. He looked at Boakai and he handed the election because he know if Boakai failed, if Boakai lose the election this time around, the heart attack he was going to get, or his battery was going to fry, and something terrible was going to happen. And then we was going to lose the elderly statesman in our country. So this is the thing. Out of empathy, sympathy, compassion, President Weah took the presidency and gave it to Boakai and said, look, you've been waiting all your life. You have not succeeded in anything you do in your life. That's the reason why you serve as a vice president for 12 years, and at the end of the day, your wife ended up to be selling cold water. You serve government for 12 years, you did not save down, you did not save a dime, you did not save even $100,000, even though you made so much money. Because President Joseph Boakai is actually a failure. And only failed people follow failed leaders. All of those people that follow him, especially people like Mo Ali, Emo Stewart, those boys are only there to enjoy themselves, to establish themselves, so that after Boakai is gone, they know that they have no weight in the country. There will be nothing but zero. So when you see them encouraging, and supporting this government, all the evil deed of this government is because they are benefiting from this useless government. At the end of the day, Stanton just admitted everything that is said on their platform. It was all fabricated lies. 3 missing boys. Auditor died. This person died. Joshua killed it. Joshua needed a kidney. All of it was all lies. Stanton Witherspoon just admitted that they lied. In Liberia, we say God can't sleep. Yeah. And then another thing, we say Pepper can't hear in door one eye. Because what hair pour tomorrow will be the same thing that hair John today. Here we are now. Liberian people. We have to be wise. Like, we keep saying this thing. We said this thing during the election. We said it. Even after the election, we continue to say it. But every time people like us, because we are from the other side, called CDC, the Marxists of Liberia political landscape, they blame us. They say, oh, you guys was in power. What did you do? But Liberians themselves don't understand the meaning of change of government. You change government if the other government is not doing certain things that align with the citizen, then you change the government. But this time around, this government will change out of jealousy and envy. In President Weah did not hand over power to Joseph Boakai. Joseph Boakai was ready to destroy our country because he knows that he does not have another life. He knows that he has no more future in Liberia or in this world. This guy 80-something plus. He's living on battery. He's dying slowly. You see Joseph Boakai moving around and shining because he's a president. He's having all the VIP treatment. That's why I'm making him like that. But in reality, Joseph Boakai is sick and tired of this government now. He knows he cannot lead this country. It's been 3 years. January 22nd will make Joseph Boakai 3 years in office. What has changed in our country? Nothing. All of them ruthless police officer doing bad stuff. No drugs in the hospital or JFK or JFK. I'm sorry. No drugs in the hospital. Employment rate is so high. The criminal rate is so high. The murder rate in the country is so high. Or security officers are fighting one another. Yeah, we are. President Boakai keep traveling, and wasting the resources that we have. The little money that we have, he's wasting it, fighting to bring investor in the country. How you gonna bring investor in the country when you have not even put your country together? There's no love in the country. There's no peace in the country. Everybody is divided into certain like small groups. You got the EMC group, you got the CDC group, you got the CMC group, you got the ACT. It's absolutely nonsense. As a leader, election is over. Call all of this political head. Okay, Alexander B. Cummings, Clarion Moluba, Tiawan Gonglo, all these people call them, gentlemen, election is over. It is what it is. This is a result of the election. Let's come together and work for our country to see the betterment of this country, for the youth to have a better life, for our unborn children to have a better life. But at the end of the day, Joseph Boakai will go out there on the international forum and speak and preach about peace and unity, law and order. But when he comes to Liberia, he do the opposite of what he speaks on the international platform. It's a disgrace. Open your eyes, Liberians. Open your eyes. At the end of the day, we go home. Today, we're going to go home with this music. If you haven't listened to this music, it's called
Pour Liberia first, above your self-interest. Yeah.